All right. That's it.
Cool beans. Toy. I did this for Zach's birthday.
Oh, that's so cool, dude. I love it. I'm taking it home.
Yeah, we can show it on the bottle later.
I should have did it as a dumpling.
First.
What's up, Merv?
Oh, that was fast.
You're on your best. We have someone on the chat already? Mervin?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It's so freaking hard getting the hands right.
Getting the what?
The hands.
Wait, did I send you the picture of Goku?
Dude, hands are the worst to draw.
Huh?
Do you have a clearer picture?
No.
You did.
When I used to draw, I would always like cut them off at the forearm.
I have a problem with
Okay, your problem's making it.
I've been working on, well, I've actually been working on female legs. Because I don't ever draw women. And I need to. So, I've been practicing a lot.
Yeah, I haven't.
Well, before we start, make sure Jesse to hit the record button on the camera. On the camera?
Oh, on the camera.
Yeah, not yet. We're not there yet. Are we blinking, D?
Yes. Steady.
Yeah, Shakira's from Colombia, right?
Shakira?
Where is Shakira from?
Shakira was born in Barranquilla.
Hell yeah, Colombia.
Shakira. On Thursday
So
afternoon.
you know what I do want to talk
I
about?
rewatched it.
Hella ass.
He's definitely talking about his guy friend.
Oh.
It's a video. It's called "Confessions of a Transgender Gangster,"
Ew.
and I guess his friend becomes a woman.
Yeah.
And that's when he sees her. And that's why at the end he's like, "Man, that's the homie."
I've never seen the whole thing. I just know that.
No. And the one you sent me, he says it at the end. He's like, "Yeah, that's the homie."
No, like that's the first time I've watched the video. I just like always heard the clip out of context.
Oh, where did you find the clip? Then?
I don't know. I forgot. I think I saw it on Tumblr or something.
Is that Kyle Massey from the That's So Raven?
I don't know. What the hell is going
I'm
on?
trying to kill this stupid fly that we let in. Idiot bug pest guy came to our house and let a fly in like an idiot. Probably what he does to get your fly.
Idiot. Absolute loser.
Everyone to the market? Yes. Bring it in a little, Justin. Your body.
My body. I'm so used to like
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
testing.
Wow, dude.
I was making sure the waveform.
Fuck.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Jesse, can you hit record on the camera, please? Should just be the red button.
On the candy.
Wait, he's holding the Sharpie?
Yeah, because
What happened to the gun?
it's right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did some
He should hold the
stories.
lead roller. That'd be even funnier. Can he hold the lead roller?
I think it's too big.
I think it's too big.
right there. Why isn't the lint roller in here?
Yeah, bring the lead roller. I wasn't sure if you guys liked it or not.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, because like the way whoever pulled the Sharpie bit out, he's holding it like a gun. So I thought it was funny, and I did a couple stories on Instagram.
Okay. Alright. Jesse, you saw the show sheet.
Yep.
Let me know what we got going on.
Oh, let me write down.
DC report, we gotta have the swamp thing.
Oh, yeah, I got canceled, right?
Yeah, we had it on the show sheet last week. We forgot to mention it.
Are you gonna use that Sharpie?
No.
Okay. Because he was holding the whole basket.
Let's see. Alright, I'll start get this.
Dude, I'm so nervous that I did that. Dean, what do you think the chances are?
I'm not pretty
Hi. I was gonna say hi. Oh, show.
I'll say like low 40s. I want to do a cold open about Colombia. Jesse, you speak Spanish, right?
Mhm.
Well, you can say greetings to our Colombian listeners.
Oh shit. I don't speak Spanish like right though.
Oh man. You got everyone's in the chat, right?
Yeah, he goes,
Someone get lobbied?
is that a grade 8 next to the collecting weekend side?
It is.
Yes, it is.
See those are.
I actually just got the full size one on eBay today, but we're going to talk about potential.
So he's gonna give me this for my birthday.
No.
What?
When's your birthday?
January 5th, you missed it.
Well, it was actually.
So for DC news, I actually want to talk about, since there's not much news, I do want to talk about these life-size busts.
Oh, yeah, the $3,000 ones?
Yeah.
Do you know what company they are?
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at it right now, Infinity Studio.
Okay. Double cheap dough. Size dough. I like how the interviewer looks, so it's all like stoic. Like it's a serious interview. Alright, cool. Good. You don't have to explain your situation about the this week. You can say like, oh, nothing this week. Whatever. Just say you got like pre-orders coming in.
Yeah.
Alright, you guys ready? We're gonna start our cold open. 3, 2. It's been quite a week, Dean, Jesse. For some reason, we've gone viral in Colombia.
Really?
Colombia.
Yeah. Now, as a frame of reference, a good episode for us is like 300 to 400 plays, like on a really good episode.
On SoundCloud?
Between SoundCloud, all the other mediums.
Right.
And yesterday alone, we clocked 600 downloads in Colombia.
Dang.
And they were binging all of our stuff. Like, it was
Hell
a few
yeah.
cities in Colombia. And I think Jesse speaks Spanish. So Jesse, would you like to say hello to our Colombian friends?
¿Cómo estás? Hey. Man, my Spanish not that great. I just look brown.
I could have said come on, stop.
To quote the words of the Colombian people, gracias.
Yeah.
Do they speak Spanish in Colombia? Is it Colombia in LA?
Oh, I don't know. We should probably check. Jesse, find out the language of Colombia.
We just insult everything, no longer listen to us.
Somehow we have like negative 600 listens.
You
Oh man, we might have to recut that.
That's funny. Oh shit, I misspelled everything.
You really did.
Colombia.
Spanish.
No, we're good.
All right, we're good.
know.
We're good.
Yay.
Okay, 3,
I was trying to do it as fast as I could.
2, 1. Hey guys, my name is Zach.
I'm Dean.
And I'm Jesse.
Welcome to this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. This is the weekly podcast where my friends and I talk about the things that matter the most to us this week in collecting.
Correct.
Wow, what I'm 28 now. I have the gift of knowledge. Last time I was on the podcast, I was 27, and it was my birthday was really cool. We
Yeah,
had
you were.
you guys all came out except for Jesse. Jesse didn't even tell me happy birthday till today. But at any rate, Dean, Manny, Rainer, and Greg came out for my birthday celebration,
Yeah.
and one of my wife's friends came out. So it was a really good day. So. Dean, you gave me a really nice gift. We'll talk about it here in a
I
second,
did,
but
yeah.
this is a very nice gift. And if you're watching on YouTube, your eyes will be blessed with this gift that Dean has given me. But Dean, before we talk about my gift, we have a very special segment that all the best shows have.
Right.
Would you like to kick us off?
Yeah, you guys ready?
Yes.
It's
New this week.
so just talk about what you got new this week. I had a pretty slow week, although it was a pretty great one. I got my SH Figures Broly finally. It was on pre-order. Then we got lucky through Steve's Collectibles,
Mhm.
and it came in. And I picked up mine and yours
Thank you very much for that.
because I knew I was going to see you later anyway. So it's badass. It's super awesome.
Yeah.
How big is it?
It's
I have one. I'll show you here in a little
It's
bit.
pretty
Yeah.
beefy. It's a good size.
It's a lot bigger than I thought it would be. And
Yeah.
I've owned a Broly. I guess I just forgot how big it was.
Well, this one's bigger than the original.
Yeah, hair
Just
bigger.
by a little, but bigger.
Are your shoulders loose on yours?
No, mine are like almost too tight.
Mine are a little loose. I think I'm gonna have to go into some furniture and like a syringe to drop some in. But yeah, it's a really good figure. The hands are really malleable. I like that. I feel like with the old Broly, I always feel like I was gonna break the hands or the wrists.
Yeah.
These are nice and
Nice and safety.
flexible.
Yeah. My only complaint is if the hands are on a double ball peg. So if you like move too far, they'll just pop off. They don't have the regular, which is understandable because of the size.
Yeah.
It's just like bummed me out a little bit, but other than that, it's like a 9 out of 10 figure.
My only complaints about the figure are I wish that there was a panel on the back that you could take off to plug in into a flight stand,
True.
because he's very cumbersome, and to get him onto a flight stand, I had to just like mash a stand into his crotch, like on that little, I don't want to spoil it, but that dressing that he has on his waist.
Yeah.
And I will say I wish he came with some energy effects, because he did do a lot of key blasts in the movie.
Yeah.
But those are very minor.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
another thing
I
I
think
felt with.
it's kind of a bare bones figure. Like it's 3 heads, 4 hands, and the figure.
Well, 3 faces.
3 faces, yeah. But it's a good figure. I like it a lot, and I have it displayed with my Awakening Goku and Vegeta, Majin Vegeta with the Super Saiyan Godheads.
Mhm.
Like at the end when they do the
Yeah, it's
combined Gallic Gun Kamehameha Blast.
Yeah, I was gonna say I also got the Gogeta. I think that was last week. I think I talked about.
Yeah.
But I wish that one came with that like rainbow effect. They shoot that like rainbow ball.
Yeah, the Justice Beam or whatever.
Yeah, like totally. It's just not. It didn't come with any energy effects, which was weird.
Yeah,
Not the end of the world. I don't really display my figures like that.
it just would have
but
been a nice option.
it's kind of like a big moment in that movie.
Yeah,
But other than that, both those figures are like 9s out of 10 for me.
yeah.
But that's pretty much all I got this week. So.
Jesse?
So I've just been slowly paying off figures that everyone's already gotten for like weeks now. So John Wick, Flash, and Doctor Strange. So just slowly doing just paying off the pre-order. So
Dude,
we'll
once
see
you
you
get that,
next month.
that John Wick, I want to see it.
Yeah, I'll bring it in. I'll bring it in and
Sorry.
have them
Now,
right
do you
here.
have all the Justice League? Or?
I don't have the new Batman or the one. Actually, no, I
Well, they
don't.
don't have Cyborg either.
Yeah, so actually no. I just have the Superman and Flash on pre-order.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty slow for me. This week.
Yeah, but you're gonna get some.
In a month, I'm gonna
yeah,
get like
good haul.
40.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good week or a good
So-
month for you rather.
You had an insane week.
Yeah, so it was my birthday, and my mom was like, "I'll give you $100. You can buy whatever you want." And my wife got me some nice gifts, and my grandmother gave me some nice gifts, and one of our listeners gave me some nice gifts. So we'll start with the smallest item, the Saiyan Kids. These are WCF, which is World Collectible Figures. This is their 3rd volume from the Broly movie. And I actually put up a review on our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/collectingweekly. They're really cool. It's just Broly, Goku, and Vegeta, in their Saiyan armors as younglings. And they're really cool. They're non-articulated. They're like $10 a pop. I got them on this website called Bait, which it looked kind of sketchy, the website, I will admit. But it came fast, and they were pretty well packaged, so can't complain about that. Broly, as you mentioned, really nice figure. It's a little loose on the joints, but it's not the end of the world. I also got this. We have it here on the table. The Banpresto Year of the Monkey Uzaru, and really nice figure, really good sculpt, really really dense actually.
Yeah,
surprisingly. Oh, we just stopped. Dean, where are we at?
Dense figure on the monkeys.
You said really good sculpts. I saw like you were just starting with this.
Okay, 3, 2. We're only gonna have to make a second recording because I forgot to change the tempo. 3, 2. It's a really good figure, really good sculpt, and I just really like it. I mean, it's one of those things that I've been wanting for several years, and I got it on Amazon, and the Amazon listing says like it's an authentic Banpresto product, like basically like saying it's legit. And I have to say, I think it is legit. I mean, I know there's a lot of these reproductions going on eBay for like $12. But this one had the right packaging, it had the right Banpresto sticker, it had the packaging felt legit, like when you get those knockoff figure works, they just feel like really flimsy.
Well, he's dense and like.
He's painted well.
Yeah.
He's painted very well. So I have no doubts that this is a legitimate figure. And I also ended up ordering the Vegeta version of this
Oh,
character,
hell yeah.
which is, they're small. They're like 5 and change, but those are really exciting. I've been digging Dragon Ball lately, the original Dragon Ball proper, rather.
Hell yeah.
And Kid Goku, Kid Krillin, I've had Goku in the past, sold him to Funs and Hot Toys, but I'm back with Kid Goku and Kid Krillin. Those are my birthday gifts for my wife, Father's Day birthday gifts, and I really love those figures. I couldn't be happier with Krillin, and I know I had mentioned like, oh, I might just get Krillin for the effect, the Kamehameha effect, but as a figure, he poses really well, really expression figure, and I love the choice of the accessories with the Dragon Ball and then the Master Roshi Stone.
Yeah.
And that smirking, mischievous face is just like the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
So I got those posed up. I have a really cool. I have like Goku on the Nimbus jumping off with the power pole, and then Krillin doing a karate attack, and then Master Roshi like with the stick. And it's just like a cool little setup. And then in the back I have the Usaru. So that's like the little Dragon Ball homage stuff. And
That's nice.
speaking of Dragon Ball, Dean, you got me this. Can you hold this up for the people on the live stream and then also for the video podcast?
Yeah.
So Dean, we got to the restaurant yesterday, and Dean said he got me a gift, which I was very surprised. And he drew it for me. And when I first opened it, at first I thought it was like a print from like an actual. Not saying that you're not a good artist, but like I thought it was like like on Etsy you can buy like professional prints because it's signed and everything. And I was like, oh, cool. And then you're like, oh, I drew that. And I was like, oh, wow, like this is really cool.
Yeah.
And it's Kid Goku in the purple gi doing a little bit of a stance here.
Yeah.
And it looks really cool. And it's funny because I had told my wife that I wanted her to draw me a Goku as well. And unknowing you had done this as well. So
Yeah.
I'll have the purple gi Goku and then the orange gi that she's going to draw.
Yeah, and
So-
I actually want to talk to you about that really quick because we're talking about the figures.
Uh-huh.
They have the Goku in the purple gi, or like a blue, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, purple.
Which is kind of how I remember Goku in the show, and I really wanted that figure.
Uh-huh.
But he was a con exclusive. Well, they're coming out with him again for that World
Yeah, the
Tour,
World Tour.
and I still kind of want it. But when Goku wears that, if you remember, Krillin is in his monk outfit, the little yellow
Yeah.
and orange outfit. So then you almost need a different Krillin, which they don't make.
Well, you could pair the purple gi with Bulma in the pink suit because that's
True.
the first episode is Bulma in the pink Bulma shirt.
Yeah.
Not only that, but I kind of want to get the purple gi for the Bulma, but also maybe to have like a formal riding the Nimbus Goku instead of like a karate off the Nimbus Goku. I just love the Nimbus.
That's true.
I'm at the point where the Nimbus got destroyed for the first time, and I'm really sad. I can't wait for it to come back. But I also got, other than the drawing, from Fern, Big Fern on the Facebook auxiliary group. He was nice enough to sell me a Awakening Goku and Samurai Earth Goku, so I have 2 of those now.
Hell yeah.
And it was really cool because he was like, hey, don't roast my packing job, but I gave you, he was like, I gave you a new, like something that you didn't buy. And I was like, okay, like I didn't really know what it was. And when I got the package, it was actually the Super Saiyan Aura effect, which is like really cool. It's like $25-$30.
Yeah.
And then the final form Frieza from Dragon Stars.
Oh, hell yeah.
So
Which is
really
Cool way to
thankful.
buy Frieza.
Yeah, really thankful for that gift.
Because I feel like the figure arts are a little too dainty.
Uh-huh.
So the Dragon Stars has a little better size to it because he also gets even buffer towards the end of the fight.
Yeah.
So I feel like the Dragon Stars Frieza has a better size to it. I can't find one. I've been looking.
You gotta come look at it because I don't think you've seen it.
No, the only one I can find is like the GameStop exclusive one.
You have like the dark colors.
Yeah, it's like weird.
Yeah.
But yeah. I have the knockoff Daytona Frieza, but that was before like they re-released Frieza with the Halo.
Mhm.
So Frieza was like a $300 figure. I was like, I'm not spending that. So I found one for like I think I paid like $30.
Yeah.
And it does what it's supposed to do, but
One
I
day.
prefer to replace the fake one with even a Dragon Stars one.
Ooh, if you do that, let me know. I might be interested in your fake one.
Okay.
Now, I also, just like maybe 20 minutes ago on eBay, I sniped the full-scale Uzaru. Not full-scale because that would be massive, but the 12-inch scale Uzaru
Yeah.
from Banpresto. And I will say I'm a little nervous about it. This guy on Mercari was selling it for 180,
Okay.
and I don't know how the offers work on Mercari because it had like
They're a
three.
little weird.
It
Yeah.
had like 3 preset offers you could offer to the
Yeah,
person.
you can technically go a little lower, but it doesn't let you go that low.
Okay, but anyway, so his lowest was 140, right? And on eBay, I didn't even realize it. I didn't put one and one together because on Mercari it says it was shipping from LA, and me, I was thinking like Los Angeles. And I saw this one was shipping from Louisiana, which is LA.
Right.
And I bid on it, and I won it for, I think it was like $84 and then $10 shipping. And when I paid the PayPal, it said like, oh, you picked this person's name. And so I go on Mercari, I was like, oh shit, that's the same person. I was like, oh shit, LA is Louisiana. So I'm worried because $90 is like way lower than what he was, that's like half of what he was asking.
Right.
And so I'm hoping that he doesn't cancel the auction.
Well, not only that, but you saw his reviews.
Yeah, he had 4 reviews from last year. He's had perfect reviews since, but 4 reviews from last year where he canceled auctions like in a 2-week period without reason. And I'm really hoping he doesn't do that, but we shall see. Hopefully I'll have a positive update next week, but I have a lot of anxiety about things like this, so I'm kind of freaking out about it.
Mhm.
But we'll check in next week and we will see what's going on. I want to save this project. It's acting really weird. So I'm gonna export it real quick, and then we'll start the
With a different
with
tempo.
a different tempo. Yeah. Because our last episode, Jesse, Dean and I had an issue where like it wasn't a long recording, but it was like 6 minutes, and it like freaked out, and it just like it was 6 minutes of just static.
Oh shit.
So that's why I'm like,
Ghost. Says Game of Thrones is over. Time for a haircut, Dean.
That is true. That's what I was growing out for, but I've actually just come to really love my long hair.
I've only met you with long hair, so I'm like, if you cut it, I'm like, no,
Oh, that's right.
because I've only met you with long hair in ponytail.
Yeah, it's gotten so long that I sat down in a chair the other day and I was like, I can't move my head.
obviously I caught.
Yeah, it's like down, like in between my shoulders.
That's cool. I can't grow my hair.
What's that listing on Mercari?
Just type in Van Presto Luzario. Christopher Morgan. Yeah, I don't want to roast someone in the feet because I was like, what if these ends up being a really cool back?
I'm still,
Well, it just ended like, I mean, it could be at work, whatever.
yeah, I bought something from a guy. He had it on Mercari, and I sent him an offer on Mercari. And then I ended up finding him on Facebook, and it was like the same price. So I messaged him. I was like, "Hey, I just sent you a request or
Like an offer.
an offer on Mercari, but I'll just pay you on Facebook. That way, Mercari doesn't take any money." He's like, "Okay, that works." He's like, "Just send me the money," and I was like, "Cancel the offer first," because I could have paid him, and then he
And
could
then
have accepted the
accepted the
offer, and I
offer.
would have taken the money.
That would-
And I was like, delete the offer and then I'll send you the money.
Let's do a quick mic check. 3, 2, mic check, mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check, mic check.
Damn. You always sound so crisp.
That's good. I'm like,
Dude, your voice is like made for this.
Your star.
And your face.
it's my favorite.
All right, ready?
I don't know what
3,
I can say.
2. New pre-orders, kind of a pretty crazy week now. We had mentioned, Dean, last podcast that the Scarlet Spider was going to be an exclusive figure. Turns out, I believe it's a Toy Fair exclusive. It retailed at $251, which is a little below the Japanese conversion rate.
Uh-huh.
This is set to release July 2019 to September 2019. One day after this went up, it went to waitlist. People are flipping the fuck out.
That's crazy.
Now, I know we mentioned a long time ago, like, you know, our friends over at Six Kill Scavengers are all about the day one pre-order. And I think in this case, you know, I think it was one of those figures that, I mean, we knew going into it, it was like less than 1,000 pieces in the Japanese market, which means the US market's going to be small as well. I just can't believe it sold out in a day. Now, I think for the general release figures, I don't think you need to pre-order them the instant they come out. But I guess in this case, their old Dopo saying really would have paid off. And the thing about this figure, we'll talk about a little bit later in Grinds My Gears, but a lot of people pre-ordered this because they knew that they might cancel it. Like I know about 4 or 5 people that said like, I'm on the fence about it, but I'll pre-order just in case. So I think if you're wanting this figure, I think there's a good chance if you're on the wait list that you'll be able to get it. Whether or not that comes true, I don't know. But as a teaser to our later segment, I would definitely not feed the scalpers. Infinity War Star-Lord came out, has lots of really neat accessories, the bubble effect for the blaster, the Iron Man gravity bomb, the chest, the Thanos arm gravity thing as well. 251 buys you that, releasing October to December 2020.
Why?
That I was just gonna say.
A lot of people
have been
have
like,
been missing out. They really want a Star-Lord.
Yeah, but I meant why 2020? Over a year away. It's like they've released this figure before. He's not that different.
Production schedule, man. Maybe they just got a lot of stuff on the
It
docket.
just
I agree.
seems
It's a pretty big lead time when you have Scarlet Spider releasing literally next month.
Yeah. I mean, luckily, there's not really going to be any Marvel movies next year. I can't even think of one. I don't think the next one's until like 2022 or something. If I remember correctly, the schedule.
I don't know.
yeah, I haven't.
I think it's next year.
I don't.
Regardless.
Either way, we're not going to see Star-Lord for a while. I don't think Guardians 3 is until like 2021
I think that's correct.
or 2022.
Yeah.
So the market will be kind of dry, but it'll also have people wanting the figure. But that's so far for a figure that's already been out.
Maybe it's a throwback to the people that still have theirs and they want to get rid of them. I don't know. At any rate, that is a long way away. The Neon Tech Iron Man Mark 6,
So
quote unquote
stupid.
2.0
Didn't we
is
just talk about this? I was like, it's
a long
probably
time
gonna be
ago.
something stupid. No,
I think you did
we
mention it might be.
did talk about it like last week.
Someone, maybe we'll get a blast from the past or something. But that was last week we talked about, right?
Yeah, I was like, oh, because you said there's no.
Okay,
there's
so
no
Dean-
exclusives,
if
and
Dean's
then
right,
stupid.
If Dean's right, we'll put the old audio in from last week. But there's no price that I can see, but it is an STCC exclusive. A lot of people are already upset about that. I feel like this is such a throwaway figure. Like,
I just don't get it.
I just like when STCC
You know what?
exclusives are cool.
We did talk about this last week because I said they're taking movie armors and doing this to them. They're not new armors. So it's
Yeah.
like, why would you want a Mark 6 that looks like this? It has nothing to do with that armor.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people really like them in the comments. I'm shocked at how many people actually really like these things. So I don't know. To me, they're a waste, but
I agree. Jesse, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's just maybe they have too many of these lying around. They're like, here, just repaint it. Put something on there, send it out.
I wish that was the case because those figures are fucking expensive.
Jazz Inc. Dioramas has said that they're going to do
Ooh.
the Millennium Falcon cockpit. $999 buys you that, shipping not included.
It's insane.
This is for his private Facebook group, which is Jazz Inc. Star Wars Dioramas. The official size, I think, is coming in at 100 by 50 by 50 centimeters. So that's going to be quite large. I know a lot of people are really excited about it. Some people I've seen are trolling the price, but you have to realize that, this is an excellent price. People are saying, oh, I can get this Bandai model kit fully painted plus this. And it's like, yeah, that's 1/72 scale. This is 1/6 scale. This is massive. This cockpit is going to be bigger
And
than the
he's
entire.
a guy, and his dad, not like a company or
Yeah.
corporation.
Yeah, but if you think about Han and Chewie, just the 6-scale figures, sitting next to each other with plenty of space, that's probably going to be like as wide as me, a big son of a bitch, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's going to be a big fucking display thing. Not to mention the depth of it, and the cockpit goes even further out
And
in
the
front
hole.
of them. Yeah, it's
It's going to be
It's gonna be
pretty
insane.
pretty great. So if you want news on that, check them out. Their Facebook is Jazz Inc. Dioramas, and their Facebook group, like I mentioned, is Jazz Inc. Star Wars Dioramas. That's all the details that we've seen so far, but I'm sure they'll have more as we go. 1,000 Toys showed their pre-order of Master Chief, or not their pre-order, rather, their renders of the Master Chief and Iron Giant.
in the Iron Giant.
Looking pretty cool, although the Master Chief I was not a huge fan of.
It's a little weird.
It's kind of like a weird conglomeration of all the armors. But we'll update those as we go. I found
Yeah,
it really
it's just a prototype, a render. I don't even think.
Yeah.
actual figure.
I found a really cool thing, Dean, maybe you want to look this up. Look up Medicom Ultra Detail Stitch. This is a series of figures that Medicom does. They're about $15 each, and they have all kinds of lines like Sesame Street, Zelda, Nintendo. They had a Where's Waldo that was really nice looking, and they're doing a Stitch figure, and this is Stitch from the beginning of the film where he's wearing his red suit with 4 arms and blasters. $15 buys you that. I have it pre-ordered on Amazon, and that is coming out in August. It just looks really cool, and I like me some Stitch.
How much is that?
$15.
That's not bad.
You pull it up?
Medicom makes. Oh.
Let me see. Yeah, that's it right there. So that's going to be a pretty cool release.
So it's non-articulated.
No, it's just a little snatch.
Oh, okay, that's why. I was like, Medicom makes like pretty impressive stuff. That's not $15.
Asmus has said that they're introducing a new line of figures, and they're calling this the Crown series, and it's kind of an interesting thing that they're doing. Now, I don't know how successful it'll be, but basically the whole thing behind this is they say, let me see if I can summarize this here. They say Asmus is excited to announce the launch of our brand new top-graded product line, the Crown series. It says the Crown series will be the ultimate integration of art and mass production. There will be skills that may only be applied by the hand of an artist, which will be personally taught to the production line or even operated by the artists themselves on the final product. Every detail in the Crown series will be made into the finest detail. There will be no compromise to mass production or cost. The demand for quality will be above all. The Crown series will be a dedication to the fans who have supported Asmus over 10 years, and we wish this will be a milestone to the next generation of collectibles. The first in the Crown series will be Gandalf the Grey, followed shortly by Gandalf the White, and those are debuting at SDCC 2019 on the 17th of July. So Asmus has their regular releases, which come in at about $180 to $230. Their slim releases that come in at about $110. I could see this Crown series coming in at about $250 to $300, and the Gandalf looks excellent. So this is that's the Gandalf there. That's rooted hair, rooted beard.
That looks really good.
It looks good. The hands look good. The tailoring looks really solid. Some people are a little disappointed because they have the 1.0 Gandalf figures and they were hoping for just a head upgrade. So we will see if Asmus will honor as they've done in the past with the Slimline. But these look really cool, and I know I've said it many times on the podcast, but I can't wait to have a Gandalf back in my collection. And you know, it seems like they're pulling all the stops.
If you're gonna get it.
Well, I have one.
Well, no, not this one.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Well,
when
depending on the price.
When you posted it, yeah, I was like, oh, I wonder if he's gonna.
So we'll see what that is. Demoniacal Fit, Dean previewed their Vegito as a pre-order today. I'm sorry, a render. It's been a long week. As a render, and it looks really good. It's it's on the 2.0 body mold,
Hell yeah.
and then it has the crossed arms. I think it's like powered down head and powered up head. Looks really, really solid.
That's another thing I wish the Gogeta came with was a Super Saiyan head. Still, and I was like, I'm not paying the prices he's going for.
Yeah.
Because he's like minimum like 130 for a fucking figure. It's like nothing. But that's cool. I mean, their prices are a little high, but not that bad.
Yeah.
So I'll probably.
And it's gonna be a better figure, I think.
Yeah, but they also released pictures of their Goldo.
With
So they have
what?
Goldo, which is a member of the Guinea
little
Force.
frog guy.
Oh, okay.
But so now they
Oh,
have
look at that.
Captain Guinea, Jace, and Goldo. So you know they're coming out with for Kuman,
Birder.
Birder. So
Dude, it's gonna be dope when they have them all done.
yeah, I mean, I'm kind of upset that I didn't get the other ones, but it's kind of expensive to put a team together. You know,
Yeah, and it's like how much do you like the Guinea Force?
I don't like them that like almost at all. So
New releases. This one, oh my gosh. I will say it's not often that I think Sideshow outpaces Hot Toys on a release,
yeah,
but the Darth Maul EX
it's bad.
is bad.
It's just not good.
Now, when you think blogger picks, I think that the vibe that you should get when you see these blogger pictures, because they're not photoshopping the figure, they're photoshopping like the background, the articulation, everything has to be there. When I think of blogger picks, I think that they should be the pinnacle of what this figure can be in terms of futzing, in terms of posing, in terms of the dynamic and everything. And every single picture that I saw looked terrible. Now,
The face is.
a lot of people that have this figure in hand already say that the cloak is garbage. That's the number one complaint. I can't talk to you. The cloak is garbage. And looking at it, I have to agree. I showed you guys some pictures in the group chat. It just looks really bad. I don't understand why they went with the engraved tattoos. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that this figure is going to have better than the Sideshow is the quality of the body itself. The hilt is going to look better in terms of like that metallic finish that
I
it
don't
always
say
has.
that. I don't think the body.
And the eyes, like specifically like the pupils and the iris, I think those are obviously going to be better. But honestly, if you have the Sideshow, I don't think you need to make the upgrade, especially at the
Or
cost.
the downgrade.
Yeah, rather.
I had the Sideshow mold.
Uh-huh.
That body is solid.
Really, mine was a little loose.
No, mine. What's with you and loose figures? I don't know. Mine was,
Well, your stand man was all loose, so I'll be telling you.
Shut up. That was your fault because you technically paid for
Hey, okay.
it. So it's your money. You have bad juju on your money. Anyway, yeah, I don't think that the Hot Toys body will be that much better than that Sideshow body.
And a lot of people are saying like, oh, the Sideshow is too short. But the thing is, like, Ray Park is a short guy,
He's really
and Darth Maul, according to Wikipedia and like all the sources, is a short guy. You know, he's I think 5'7" in the movie, and he's going up against Obi-Wan that's 6'2" and Qui-Gon that's 6'4". I mean, he's going. If Hot Toys stayed true to scale, which we've mentioned many times, they usually don't.
Right.
But if he's true to scale, he's going to be small compared to the Episode 1 Padawan, Obi-Wan, if they ever make it, but the Qui-Gon is coming out. So I just think that the decision to also give him that weird snarl face that's not in the movie at all is kind of odd. But I have to say, I really think that Sideshow takes the cake on this one. What do you guys think?
I absolutely agree. Like seeing like side-by-side pictures you guys posted it in the release, so that weird cloak looks like
The weird cloak, and then the neck on the Hot Toys seems too shrunk down,
Mhm.
too squat. I will say that I think that when I see those pictures side by side, maybe the Sideshow neck is a little bit too long. But I'd rather be too long than too short.
Did they? Did Hot Toys get the earring?
I don't know. Did Sideshow get it?
Yeah.
Really? I don't know. I haven't looked at it that close.
Hmm.
Yeah, because
Yeah, Ray Park didn't want to take it out.
well, they did all his makeup and he had it still in, and George Lucas was like, "No, keep it in. That looks cool." And so he's wearing an earring in the movie, and Sideshow got it,
That's
Really?
cool.
which I thought was awesome. Like, oh damn, that's a nice like.
Can you pull up the Hot Toys for me real
You
quick?
know, I'm
Um,
watching it.
yeah, so I gotta say, Sideshow, I gotta give you this. I gotta give you the golfer glass.
That's not very often, but
Well, I think, maybe just on that subject for a minute, I think there's certainly times recently, like the Jedi Luke, I
Yeah,
think their
they're-
outfit and their boots are miles better than Hot Toys.
Yeah,
if
the-
that
the ring is in there.
better, I would much rather get the Sideshow one.
Yeah,
but that's
and then
so
their
bad.
Boba Fett, I've always maintained that their
It's weird.
V1 Boba Fett is better than Hot Toys' V1 Boba Fett. So that's it for releases. Real quick, we have a recording from our correspondent Dylan with some Mezco news. That's apparently lots of crazy stuff going on with Mezco this week. So let's take a quick break. We'll hear Dylan's Mezco minute, and then we'll be right back.
Yeah, I think their earrings in there. It's in the
So
upper.
ours?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is.
There's not like a clear picture of it, but you can see like this one. I mean, I guess that's it right there.
Baby, what's going on? It's okay. You can bring it in here. We're on stream, but we're not recording.
I was trying to be quiet, but
Hey
again.
guys, so that was,
Hi.
it was
Come here.
Mezco Minute Front.
Come on.
There's been 2 releases for pre-order, or almost pre-order. One recently was the 112 Collective Gomez.
Point it towards the camera.
Technically, this is the 4th Gomez that's been released,
No, the camera.
even though one was the same one, it was just released online because it did so well. That was the first Asian edition. That came with a goodie bag, and then there's a second Asian edition that came with a comic book based off of their character. That's what Gomez is. It's like their mascot. Mezco's mascot. Now, the street edition, essentially, biggest difference here is clothes, colors, and it comes with a hoverboard. That's the biggest difference. He comes with street attire, looks like jeans and a green army coat. All of his other accessories are almost identical, just different different colors. And then you have the hover that kind of gets a video for it. But this release, I believe, because it says all sales are final on this item and it'll ship after STC.
I love you.
So that's that release. That one also, going back to it real quick, that one sold out within about 2 hours or maybe even less. It sold out very quickly. All Gomez's have sold out fairly quickly. I think the one that lasted the longest was one of the Asian editions. I think it was the
Can you look up
second one. I can't remember exactly which one, but it lasted, I think, a day and a half or 2 days, and I actually have one of them on pre-order. To tell you the truth, I don't even know which one, but I'm pretty excited. They're pretty highly reviewed figures. They are superposable, a lot of fun. Looks natural. They come with, I want to say, like 4 heads for each one, and they're all completely different heads. Like it comes with the coach head that their mascot is. Comes with like an ant head. Like a skull. It's a different figure for sure. So that one's pretty fun, and that one was priced at $90. I think that's the same price as all the other ones too, or I think the other ones might have been $95, and so $5 cheaper. The other big one, or the other pre-order that I would consider as a huge one, is a Commissioner James Gordon and Bat Signal Deluxe Edition. So a Deluxe Edition, most likely we will only see this edition on Mezco's website. That will be up for pre-order tomorrow. I want to say around 1 o'clock in the afternoon area, depending on time zone, something like that. But this one's going for $125. This includes, from what we know, is just the Commissioner James Gordon figure, and it comes with the standard packaging for him inside a big box. So it's like a box the size of their dual pack. Way back when they've done things like the dual pack of the Dark Knight Returns and things like that with the villain from that. So it's a bigger box like that, and because of that Bat Signal, that's included in there too. And they've showed this off in past conventions, and people were just praying to God that they released it. It's here at $125.
Yeah, get several pieces. That's right now, right?
Yeah, I think it looks awesome. They do hold it pretty well, which is one of the biggest reasons I enjoy their line. It's
Tell me you're in that collecting
pretty good.
I think,
now there's a couple other figures shipping
send me a
too,
message
there. It's like the Joker Clown Prince of Crime edition. That'll be shipping soon, based off their website. The regular Daredevil has now shipped. I know the Vigilante edition has already shipped.
Messaging disaster century.
But the regular Daredevil edition, that's a few more pictures and reviews have been coming out about that. A lot of people say the same thing. They like the figure, but the suit's a little bulky. I have that one coming out too, so I can kind of, if anyone would like to hear, I can kind of go over what I think of that figure compared to the rest. And then a couple people have had actually a few of their playlists convert for the Homecoming homemade suit Spider-Man. That one's kind of interesting because that's been shipped out, I don't know, months ago, and it's kind of unlike Mezco to have a few things on their wait list and convert. It's not anything like Sideshow, or Sideshow sometimes you'll see it like a year, 2 years later.
Critique him on
So that one's kind of interesting. Other than that, that's about it. Back to you guys.
Maybe just in the chat, be like, Jesus Christ. He's a good kid.
So Murray said he passed on the John Wick, and now with Gordon dropping, I'm glad. That's cool, man.
Oh, so you'd rather get Gordon than John Wick?
That's what's up. I just like all the accessories John Wick comes with. Like you get like all these little things, and it's just like
A little
Okay.
box and gold
Let's,
and stuff.
3, 2. Thank you, Dylan, for
oh
the.
my god, I almost yawned on that one. Sorry.
Oh, you're a dick. 2. Thank you, Dylan, for the Mezco minute. I have to say that Gomez,
5 minutes.
I mean, if you're going to pick a mascot, I'd pick a roach. That's kind of a weird mascot.
What is
Worse.
What is
It
he?
looked like a roach or an ant. The Gordon looked really cool as well.
I thought the Gordon was really, really cool actually.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was on my radar until right now.
I think, Jesse, you were saying that you might want to get into some Mezco with the John Wick perhaps.
Cause my lady collects that stuff, so like I'm always like keeping my eye for that scale because that fits her collection better. So definitely the Mezco John Wick she's been wanting, and then when it dropped, I missed it.
Yeah.
I missed it because everyone wants it, of course. So yeah, I'm keeping my fingers crossed on that one.
Yeah, for sure. I think Stevens might have some pre-order.
I sent him a message a couple seconds ago. So
Nice. Yeah,
see what
Stevens
happens.
killing it on Onyx. A lot of people are picking up stuff from
He was
him.
killing it in general. Dude, I went to the store to pick up Broly, and he just got his truck in.
Did you say Seth was there also?
Yeah, Seth was there picking up. He also had some pre-orders, so he was in there. And then, dude, just like the amount of stuff he got from that truck,
Uh-huh.
I could barely walk in the store.
Wow.
And then
I guess we can buy
by
that.
the time I got to your place, like a couple hours later, he had everything put away. His Daisy, his wife, had bought some shelves. She just got there with the shelves when I got there.
Like
Dude, they
top or
just shelving, just
like those wire things.
yeah.
Okay.
Dude, they fucking got to work, man. Like they don't fuck around. They
Yeah.
got their shit together.
I'm excited to do the
It
live
was
show there.
impressive, dude. He did the picture of the Gundam
Yeah, the
wall.
wall.
Oh,
So that wasn't there?
No,
Oh wow! I
Dude.
thought you just put the stuff on the shelves.
No.
When he sent it to me, I was
it
like,
was literally his store looked like what it looked like in that video.
yeah.
And then I showed you that picture. Just they completely redid it. It was
Damn.
badass. It's like,
That's
damn,
cool.
I kind of want to go again just to look at it all.
Dude, next time you go, maybe I can make a trip up there.
Yeah.
So there was a delay within the community. The Mark 43 has been delayed to Q1 2020. Lots of people are upset.
What is this?
The Mark 43, remember they were releasing it with the Hulkbuster 2M?
Okay.
Or the Hulkbuster 1, the second release of it.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are kind of bummed about that, but I mean, it's a good figure. They gave us a good price. So, but I think this is a pretty significant delay. I think some people said it was like a 6-month delay. So
I wonder why.
I have no
Are
idea.
they re-engineering it?
I don't think so. I hope not. That would be really lame for people to have the original 43. So that's that. I want to talk about eBay bucks for a bit. Do you guys use eBay bucks?
I've never figured out how to set it up.
Okay, so I knew I was talking to Brian, Six Scale Scavengers, about it as well. He was looking to set us up as well. But basically, eBay Bucks is a rewards program where you get cash back for everything you buy on eBay. Now, there are some small exclusions, like if you buy gift cards on eBay, it doesn't count. If you're buying a car on eBay, it doesn't count. Very like minor random exclusions like that. But it is a program that you have to opt into. So it's not like you're just always getting 1% back. So on a desktop, go to eBay Bucks in Google, and you'll sign up. It takes a few minutes, and essentially when you're in the app, you'll see promotions. And it'll be like get bonus bucks today, and it'll be somewhere between like 5, 10, even as high as 15% eBay Bucks, in rewards you get back. Now those are really cool, and again you have to manage them yourself. But you get paid from these eBay Bucks 4 times a year, and the reward certificates last like a month. The last time that I got paid, it wasn't that good. It was like $16. The time before that, it was $50. So it just really depends. Like if you're making a big purchase on eBay, I would definitely. The static?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Tell me
It's like really.
where I need to recut.
Is it the fish tank?
No,
No, it's just a static. That's
we had some issues with static.
Oh.
I could hear it.
For the whole time?
When I was hearing it, I could hear it again.
What do you mean? Is it there?
It's there.
But where? Is it there?
Almost that entire segment is there.
Can you hear it now? Where am I? I'm at the eBay Bucks section yet.
Yeah, I was just thinking eBay Bucks.
Try to, a few times when you're leaning over, you're leaning on this cord. Try not to lean on the cord. I don't think about that, so. Let me breathing so loud. Tell me when you first hear it.
It sounds fun.
Okay, I'm gonna keep playing it. We got like,
It was just the eBay Bucks part.
okay, tell me when I get to that point.
We're talking about the 43 right now.
Okay. Just tell me as soon as we get to eBay Bucks, when I do that transition, tell me when to cut it. Sorry guys, we're having some technical difficulties, bear with us.
Maxwell.
I think it's right there.
It's right there, we start talking about eBay Bucks, or
It
right there? we
said
start-
that's that after we talked about the 43.
Okay, so
On to eBay Bucks.
I'm going to drop this down. No, I'm gonna keep it in there for now. Okay, all right, 3, 2. eBay Bucks, I wanted to talk about that for a little bit. You guys, I know, are not in eBay Bucks at the moment. Now, eBay Bucks is a program through eBay where you get starting at 1% cash back on all your purchases. There's a few minor exclusions. So if you're buying like gift cards or cars or boats, like I think like really crazy expensive stuff or stuff that can be exploited, you can't do it. Now, to get eBay Bucks, you go to eBay on a desktop, and I would just search eBay Bucks on Google on your desktop, and it's a form you fill out, and pretty much it's like you get approved right away. Now, the one thing about eBay Bucks is always 1%. Until there's a period of time that they'll do bonus bucks, and they're usually for like 24 hours, or usually you'll find like for 4th of July weekend or like different holidays or beginning of summer, they'll do bonus eBay Bucks days. Now the bonuses can be as low as like 5%, so from 1 to 5%, or as high as 15%. And you obviously want to maximize your purchases and do them in the periods of time where your bucks are the highest. Now you get paid 4 times a year from eBay Bucks. My first time that I got paid was like $50, which was pretty good. The last time was like $16, so not very much. And essentially, like I said, you do want to maximize it. So if you make $400 worth of purchases and you're doing it with 1%, that's like $16. So that's not very much. And it's, you can use it on anything, and you use it as a gift card. You get an email with a code. It tells you when it expires. And when you check out at the bottom, there's a thing for eBay Bucks. You type in the code, and it's just like you're redeeming a gift card. Now, let's say you went from $16 if you didn't purchase at any bonus days. If you do that $400 transaction on a bonus day, that's, let's say, 50%, you can get $60 back. So you can see there in 6 scale, when you're buying like $200 figures, if it's a figure that you're not worried about selling out, wait for a bonus bucks day. $200 figure at 10%, that's $20. And you can really start to maximize your eBay Bucks rewards. And it's completely free. It's just a part of being on eBay. It's not like you have to pay with a certain method, like their eBay credit card to get the bonus. And there's some times even where they do bonus bucks for in-app purchases only. So if someone that uses desktop and you have eBay Bucks, you might see an ad that says like, if you make this purchase through the app, you get a bonus exclusive to the app. I've only had it for 2 payment periods, which is like 8 months, something like that, or 6 months. So I haven't really reaped the rewards yet, but I know some people that buy a lot of 6 scale stuff. They only buy them during rewards. And, I think one of my friends bought a DX07 Luke at like $600. I think there was like a 10% eBay Bucks that day, get $60 back, and he was able to buy like an entire diecast Iron Man with his eBay bucks.
Okay.
So if you're shopping a lot on eBay, it's definitely something to consider. I think you can get the bucks even on like bidding auctions, so just buy it now. And it's just a really good way to kind of make your budget for toys go a little bit further. So I highly recommend that you guys check that out. For me personally, I've been kind of in a rut with 6 scale. Dean and I mentioned this to you off the mic, and I know you were saying as well that you kind of are at that point where you don't really have anything that you want in 6 scale. You just got the Obi-Wan, and I feel the same way. I just sold my Emperor last week, and I kind of just feel a little burnt out on 6 scale. I was talking to Damien from Auxiliary, and I was telling him, like, man, I really like these figure arts. Like, they're fun. Like, I could bring them on the couch. I can play with them. Not play with them, but I can pose them on the couch. And, you know, they just bring me a lot of joy. The posing, the expression, the character, the accessories. You get to 6 scale, and I feel like with 6 scale, I maybe hold it to a higher bar where it's like, oh, the sculpt doesn't look that good, or, oh, this shoulder plate is not like the CG model. I feel like I'm just really enjoying figure art so much because I can kind of forgive all that stuff because how crazy posable it is and just how much nostalgia it brings back to me. So I don't know. I feel like I'm going to sell some of my 6 scale stuff. Like I just got the 50 and I'm looking at it and I'm just thinking like,
It's funny that you say that because I was talking to my fiance about that stuff, but it was more like, man, I wish they would just make characters or like the outfits that you want the characters to be in, or give us the outfits that. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I was like, is that me? It is me. I like the outfits that we want, you know, the characters in, and I wish they give us more than what they're giving us. So it's kind of like trying to make your own customs. I don't know. Like I feel the same way. I'm like for an example, I know a lot of people wanted the Killmonger in his like combat outfit.
Right.
yeah.
And
Yeah, I went to Greg's house and he has the Killmonger, and I was kind of like, or I guess it is the
Yeah.
combat outfit, but I was like, oh, is that a third party kit or is that the actual Hot Toys?
I think there's
No, that's the not PIZS. Yes.
Okay, I was like,
Yeah.
man, that's sweet. Like I thought it was a Hot Toys. So I was like, I don't know they made that one too.
Yeah.
It looks really nice.
That's good.
So the fact that a third party company can make it just as nice as.
Yeah, so it's funny that you guys were talking about that because we were talking about it off topic a couple of weeks ago, or about days. It's like I don't know, I just don't get the same, I don't know, like excitement. Like I have like 3 new figures, and I'm kind of like, okay, then I'm gonna get them in, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. I think we're gonna cancel this podcast.
Yeah.
No, I'm still really into like props and all that stuff, but like the 6 scale size.
Yeah, I was talking to Rainer,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, I can't think of a figure I really want.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, I'm just like, I cannot wait for this to get here. Because the Cody's coming out, but I have a Cody.
All right, yeah, that's true.
And like, is it gonna be that much better to like?
Then your custom.
Well, no, that's
Oh no, he's not custom.
Yeah, he's the regular sideshow.
The road
I'm
side.
sure it'll be better, but is it that much better that I'm not gonna like go head over heels over it? Also, if he is that much better, he's gonna make all my other clones look like shit. So, like, I don't know. I think I went too hard in the paint too fast, and now I have everything I kind of wanted.
Yeah, that's how I feel a little bit about figure arts too, because I've been like buying a lot of that stuff. But I mean, I think the thing about figure arts though is they're just like with the Hot Toys, you're stuck with one head sculpt. You know, I guess in case of Mole, like you have 2. With figure arts, I think maybe I feel a little less burned out because it's like you get so many hands, so many faces, so many accessories,
Different
lots of
posing
characters.
options.
Yeah, so
There's so many cool options to do. It's almost like, man, I kind of want 3 of these things or 2 of these things.
yeah, and that's how I feel about Kid Goku, and that's also how I feel about Broly. So I'm thinking to get the on down Broly, but I have to really look at my shelf and figure out how I can fit him.
Well, I was watching the movie last night, and he's
He's in the armor for most of the fight.
like 99% of the fight. He's in the armor. It's not until Goku goes or Gogeta goes blue that Broly powers up and rips off all the armor.
Correct. Yeah.
So I
yeah.
was like, oh shit. I mean, it's a way cooler look.
It's a more classic Broly.
But yeah, a powered down Broly would be tight too. So it's just like, damn.
That's
So
exactly-
I don't get that way with 6 scale. I mean, I guess they're just so beautiful that it's just like, oh,
That's true.
like the Leia, A New Hope Leia, just on the shelf. It's just like, wow,
Mhm.
that's amazing. But I don't feel like, oh, I need 2 or 3 to have her doing different.
Some figures I do. There's some figures where I'm like, I wish I had another one. Like I like this pose, but then I don't have that type of money. So
Yeah,
That's true. You could buy like 3, almost 4 figure arts for the price of one hot toy.
and that's kind of what your sister had mentioned. Like, it's all relative. Like, I could drop like, $400 on Iron Man, or I could buy like 12 figure arts,
Mhm.
15 figure arts.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I feel right now with this Iron Man. I'm just like, it's cool, but it's like, maybe I could have bought new equipment for the podcast, or maybe I could have bought like some other things. I'm just kind of like, I really wanted the 46, and I feel like I settled for the 50. And so now I'm just like in a rut. Like, I look at my collection, I'm just like, man,
I'm sure it's possible to trade.
46 goes for a lot. But plus, like, I'd rather do it locally. I
Yeah.
feel like I'd trade that big.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure, but I just feel really burnt out by 6 scale. It's just not like we're gonna cancel the podcast or anything. I didn't mention that, but it's like,
I'll trade you my 45 for your 50, and then you could sell the 45 for like 600, and then just come up with like a little extra for the 46.
no, that's a terrible trade.
What?
You traded one Mark 6 for 2 Iron Man, and now you're trying to only give me one of them.
Because I want the
Bad
43.
Bad friend.
But the 46 is worth more, or the 45
I
is
don't
worth
wanna
more
hear
now
it.
than when I
I
did
don't
the
want
trade.
it. I don't want to hear it. Can't believe you would disrespect me with such
When
an offer.
I did that trade, the 45 and the 43 were only going for like $320 each. Now the 45 for
When do we
whatever
ever
reason-
trade on value, Dean? When do we ever trade on? We trade on love, not on value.
Yeah, and I'm trading in more value. The 45 is more expensive than
Nope,
the 50.
nope, don't give me that. Nope, don't give me that, Dean.
he loves you. He wants to get you. He wants
The
you to have that
45
figure.
is worth more than the 50.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I've seen a lot of people this week try to sell their 45 for what we thought it was selling for. It was selling for the point, but they're not selling anymore. I think the well is dried up
I
for
think
45.
you're a liar.
Look at that. Look at that. That is ice cold. Jesse, before I kick Dean off this podcast, his traitorous speaking, I think DC had some news that you wanted to talk about and some cool products that are in the pipeline.
Yeah. So Swamp Thing, I was super stoked. I saw the trailers for it. I didn't get to see the first episode yet, but before even I had a chance to watch the first episode, it was canceled. Not canceled because it sucked or anything. It was just funding. WB spent more money than what the state was actually going to back.
Yeah, I heard it was like a tax thing where they were supposed to have gotten so much in tax credit and then they didn't.
And they didn't.
But I heard that was also a lie. I'm not sure. I think it's still, they haven't confirmed exactly the reason, but that sounds very plausible.
But that's, yeah, so I know like Austin's like that, where it's like they're always trying to cut the funding, and then there's a lot of like web series that are like, hey, don't do that because we make a living off of this. And so, I mean, I don't know, maybe it was cutting the funding. I mean, the show looked great. It looked really menacing. I know when I went to Buddy's, I'm sorry, not Buddy's, to Bill's, there was a few people talking about the show, and they were like, yeah, there was a little nitpicks we didn't like overall, but I mean, it looked kind of legit. And then, but this was before it got canceled, so I still want to check out the first episode if I can find it.
Yeah.
So, but on some brighter news, Infinity Studios, man, I've never heard of this company before because I'm probably not can't afford this stuff anyways. But they're 1-to-1 scale, like half busts of Batman, Wonder Woman, and Clark.
I
They
think
look
I saw the
insane.
Wonder Woman.
They are like they have little hairs coming out of their like little hair follicles. Like there's a picture I think I had pulled up right now of Wonder Woman and her hair's flowing like someone just put a fan in her hair, and it looks so realistic. And I wish I could drop money on, I don't know, Wonder Woman one day. They look so crazy. They go for tons of money,
It's
but I
like
think
$3,000.
yeah, it's like $3,000. The Batman looks legit. I know. Like, here we go. So here's Wonder Woman, and you would think that's the actress.
Jeez.
like I'm gonna show real quick the live feed there. So, I'm looking forward to like to see more from this company. I know like right now I couldn't drop the money, but they have really cool other statues going on and stuff like that. But for their DC stuff, so they have Wonder Woman from Justice League. They have Clark opening his
Yeah, with the Superman suit.
Superman suit, and then they have Tech Batman.
These are licensed though, right?
Yeah, these are licensed, and I'm looking forward to seeing more from this
Oh,
company.
Superman's cool.
Very cool. They're all cool. I mean, I wish I could buy them, but you know, I'm not a millionaire.
Right. So grinds my gears, my favorite segment where I get to talk about things that upset me. Now, we
Just
mentioned
stress relief for the week.
we mentioned earlier Scarlet Spider sold out in one day.
Mhm.
Okay. Immediately, rather
Listed.
waitlisted.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Immediately, we had eBay auctions going up for
Like double.
$650, $550, and I will say this: I don't have a problem with that. Okay, I don't agree with it, but it's like this isn't like a Mezco that sold out in minutes or hours. This sold out like I think it took like almost 24 hours. Everyone that wanted this, had a shot at it. And, obviously maybe you didn't have the $35, you were waiting until payday or the next day, those people are like, oh, I'm going to sleep on it. If you missed out because, you waited. You didn't miss out because like you got kicked out of a queue like with Mezco or with the SGCC stuff from NECA. It's not like you got a bought them all, you just missed out. And we have a lot of people that are, some of these auctions like at 650, 500 are selling. And, a lot of people are complaining saying like, oh, I really wanted this figure, but now the only option is scalpers. And that's not true. There's a wait list still,
Right.
You could try to find one for retail down the road. But scalpers aren't the problem here. It's people that are paying the scalpers that's the problem. So what grinds my gears is people that indulge scalpers, because scalpers will only exist as long as people are willing to pay the inflated price to get that product.
Right.
And this figure hasn't even came out yet, and some dummies are already dropping double retail to get it. For me, I see that and I say, wow, like, I can make, that's actually triple retail almost. I can make $400 for doing nothing. I'm in my house. That's Mark 50 right there. So when you start to do that, you get other people that are saying like, whoa, that's a hustle. Like I can put $30 down now. Someone's going to pay me $450 that drops in my PayPal immediately. And then I just pay, the 200 or whatever's left, when it releases. That's a hustle I can get behind. So I would say,
Yeah, but then everybody starts doing that.
Exactly. At some point, the bubble bursts, but I'm just saying, like, don't indulge the scalpers, because the more people that are out there buying these $550 Scarlet Spiders, the more people that are going to want to try to do the same thing. And then you run in a situation where real collectors can't get the stuff. So don't indulge people, and then people won't scalp. Like, I've seen this with a lot of different things, and, scalping only exists because people pay that price.
Yeah.
If people don't pay that price, then other collectors will leave stuff on the shelves. Like, with 6 scale, it's a little weird because it's not like, Marvel Legends collecting where, you can go to a Walmart randomly and buy like 20 figures for like, $20. This, you have to, there's account limitations for how many you can buy, and they are quite expensive. So scalping is not as bad in this hobby, but I've seen a lot of people complaining about it this week. But those same people that I see complaining about it, all of them are going around and spending $600 on an Iron Man figure, $700, and that's not true scalping. There is obviously market value there, but I just feel like for this figure that just came out like less than a week ago, don't drop triple or even double retail to have it secured. One, that's stupid because eBay doesn't even allow pre-orders past 30 days. Two, PayPal doesn't allow protection past 180 days. So this seller could string you along for 180 days and you lose your money. Then you have no Scarlet Spider and you're out of $550. So be careful, don't be stupid, and frankly, don't indulge scalpers because that's just the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
That is my.
I will
grind
say,
point.
I think a lot of people share that sentiment here locally with the stash bin, because
Yeah.
I see way less scalpers now.
Yeah, well, we've stopped funding the scalpers, and
Yeah.
now that there's very few.
Yeah, because
I will say the things that I see scalped a lot are like when Ross gets like Captain Rex's for $2, those get scalped pretty quick.
Yeah.
And like that next toy show that we were at, there was that Rex. A lot of people had it for $20. But yeah, I agree. I think that there's been a lot of decrease.
Yeah, except for shout out Jason, newest member to Ox, I think, right? Jason Morris. He went to Ross and picked up a bunch of figures, and then he had another like
Yeah, the toy show we talked
yeah,
about
he had
$1
like
more.
$1 more, and I was like, dude, I've been looking for that. Here you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
There are some
Jason.
good people out there, but yeah, I think in our local community, especially because you and I are admins, we like
Yeah.
call this shit out. Like, guys, stop paying these people, and eventually they're gonna have to offload it for whatever it costs them or less.
Yeah, initially as an admin, my take was not to allow scalping at all. But I think you guys were like, just let it happen. Like, let the group decide if it's acceptable or not.
Yeah.
And the past 6 months, it's been
Dude,
almost nothing.
I don't remember the last time I saw like a scalps thing.
yeah,
Which is the point of the group, is just people.
collectors.
Collectors like, hey, I don't need this anymore. Who wants it?
Yeah,
Like, that was the point. And I feel like we've gotten back there, which is great, because it's like that thing Manny posted the other day in our group chat with the guy who bought all those
Captain America.
worthy Captain Americas, and like people were just lighting that dude up.
Yeah, it was like 300 comments. This guy said he found them at Walmart and bought like 12 of them, however many in a case. And yeah, he got roasted pretty bad on AFJ.
Yeah, and it was just like, people don't, real collectors don't like scalpers.
Yeah,
Because scalpers aren't collectors, they're just assholes.
yeah.
They're not there to. Now, if you're running a store, that's a little different.
There used to be a time, I don't think it's like that anymore, but there was local stores in town that would buy Marvel Legends, like, the hot ones in the case at like Target, and then charge way more. I don't like that.
Oh.
I don't really care for that.
Well, I mean, like, because obviously Walmart's going to be able to buy it.
Well, yeah, Steven had gone into that.
Yeah, I don't mind paying a little extra if it's at like,
No, that's totally different. Like $22 for Legends.
Right.
No,
Exactly.
no, but I'm talking about like store employees going out and buying like
Yeah, all the shit.
Classic 2 Wolverines and then selling for $60. Like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's why I don't go to where.
You know where. Ya boys at that shop. But anyway, so that's my grinds my gears. Don't support scalpers, and then we won't have
Yeah, because
scalpers.
they're not
Like,
friends.
yeah,
they're
there's people that are
collectors.
like scalp shaming.
They're not trying to help you.
I saw like 2 or 3 posts on OSR of people like shaming scalpers. Like, oh, I sent the scalper message, told him to fuck off. And it's like, okay, well, that guy also actually sold that figure for 2 times, 3 times retail, and you telling him fuck off,
He's just
he
laughing
probably
over
doesn't
it.
care. He's literally laughing to the bank.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know why people feel so bold to, like, post that they roasted a scalper by telling him fuck you. Like, that's so stupid. It's like okay, so you're like, it's a weird flex. You know what I mean? Like, weird flex, but okay. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we all want to tell them to fuck off, but the point is.
To do it is like not the cool thing. Like, to not buy is the cool thing.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, Dean, we're doing a live show in July at Buddy's Toys and Collectibles.
Yeah, we are. So if you want my autograph, come on down. I'll be there all day.
It's gonna be on July 14th.
Good news is
1 o'clock.
I'm gonna be here for that. We'll be
Oh,
back before that.
Hell yeah. Where you going?
We're going to Louisiana, the casinos down there. We used to go before the recession all.
He's gonna be broke as shit. He's gonna come back. Guys, I can't go.
No, fuck that shit. I'm still going.
You better go.
No,
No, beautiful voice from the airwaves.
We arrive back on Saturday, so we can rest on Sunday. Rest. So I'll be there. I'll be there for sure.
Our Facebook group is 6 members away from 100. We are doing a sweet giveaway at 100 members. Seth has told us the figure that it could be. And if it is that figure, it's a really fun Hot Toys that we're gonna give away. We can't announce it yet. We're still dotting
I'm probably gonna
so you can get our cool shirts. Jesse's
this
wearing the new. We had a member that asked for a retro shirt. He's like, I collect a lot of Transformers, a lot of '80s figures. Can you make me like an '80s logo? I'll buy a shirt. And this shirt sold really well.
Hey, what up, Manny in the chat?
Manny's
in the chat.
Hey.
And so that's TeePublic, by searching Collecting Weekly. Our YouTube is youtube.com/Collecting Weekly. We had a YouTube troll, Dean.
Did we?
We had someone that disliked like 10 of our videos.
What?
And then we had another someone that disliked like 4 of our videos.
That's when you know you made it, when you got haters.
And it's funny because
Haters 'cause of
when we
haters.
first started, that used to really bother me. Like not like I would lose sleep, but it would like really irk me. Like, who's doing this? Like, what can we do to be better? Now I'm like dying laughing. Like, it's so funny now.
Well,
Like, what?
also,
Like, if you're gonna thumb us down like a lot of our videos so we get the play count. Don't thumbs down like 3 of them. That doesn't send the message.
yeah, well, not only that, but we're not big enough for that to make a difference. And even if we were big enough, it still would make a difference because we'd be too big. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
thumbs down doesn't do anything unless half of your viewers are doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
it's just funny. Like, it at this size we are, not making a difference. If we were any bigger, would make a difference.
Yeah. Yeah, we're in a weird position with our numbers. Our Twitter is collecting what is it?
KLY.
KLY. It's funny.
Weekly.
Manny roasted me for saying KY. And I was like, wait
Yeah,
a second, motherfucker.
WLKY.
You said it the week before, and I thought it was weird, but I just thought that that's what you had to choose.
Oh shit, sorry.
And so
Yeah, you said WLKY.
yeah, he sent a meme of like the KY jelly with Collecting Weekly logo, and I was like, wait a second. I only said that because like 2 weeks ago you said that's what it was.
Yeah, and then you pulled it up and recorded it.
Yeah, and he was like, nah.
shut up.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Because even when he said that, I was like, I mean, I guess. Like, I know you had to make the username different because of some Twitter thing.
Yeah.
I don't get on Twitter, so I don't know what it is. So follow us there if you want to see our tweets. Shout out time to 6 Scale Scavengers, Brian and Chris. We still are planning the live show. It's just, we're all international stars. It's so hard to get 5 stars in the room together.
Yeah.
That's why we haven't seen Expendables 4 yet.
Yeah.
But we are going to be doing our crossover soon, and it's going to be super dope. We are going to, I think it's going to be a good show. We're going to maybe talk about some of the behind-the-scenes stuff, some of the origin stories, if you will. Maybe maybe they'll talk about some 6-inch scale stuff. I know they do mostly Hot Toys and Sideshows. Maybe they'll talk about some things we talk about, and maybe we can also indulge them for some segments. So I'm really excited. It's going to be a fun podcast. But Brian and Chris, 6 Scale Scavengers podcast, really good show. Really, really cool guys.
I like to hear they grind my gears on stuff.
Right. Shout out to everyone that gave me a happy birthday wish. I got like so many posts on Ox and from Tashi Station.
And Tashi featured.
Yeah. Well, I get featured every year because I am an international star.
Yeah.
Dean, Manny, Rainer, Greg, and Jesse and Fern for the birthday
Dude,
wishes.
shout out Jesse.
Yeah, so glad to have Jesse
I'm
back.
glad to be back.
Shout out to Columbia. They gave us Shakira. They gave us
600 listens.
600 listens, and for us, like 1,000 listens in a week. That's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. And do you guys have any shout outs you wanted to give before we kick this thing off?
Shout out, I guess, Don, just because
Always with a Don.
he switched his schedule at work, so he works nights now. So I don't think he'll ever be able to get back on the podcast.
Why would you shout out for that then?
I just want to.
Don, we need you on this podcast. I saw you at the Figure Arts Broly. We need to have a day where we can all bring our Broly's and tell about them, their stories and the trials.
Also, shout out Victor. He's in the chat.
Yeah, Victor. I really want to have Victor on a podcast.
Yeah, I
really
think
bad. I've
me
been
and
telling him for a while.
me and him are gonna work it out.
Okay.
I thought this week we were gonna do.
We were supposed to do the.
So I was like, oh, we'll wait until the following week, and you could come over after work, and then I'll drive us over here.
Yeah.
So I think maybe next week, Victor will join us.
Ooh. So we'll mark that
Sort
down.
it out with Victor a bit.
Yeah, I mean he's an international star on Throne Talk, so he has his own agents that we have to work through to
Yeah, he's a
book
fun
him
guy.
for the show.
He was literally always my funniest friend growing up. So
I thought that was your funniest friend.
well, you're funny looking.
Wow.
Boom.
Double
And with that, you guys.
Jesse, do you have any shout outs?
You guys, I've missed you guys. I know I watch you guys.
I will say, Jesse, I feel like we were a little mean to you on the last episode. The last time you were here.
I don't remember.
Well, because you said something to me and I like totally shut you down. I was like, well,
Oh,
come on.
That was like rat-a-tat stuff though.
But then in the chat, you were like, last week, you were like, I really want to come, but I might be a little sick. And I was like, no, just stay home. And I felt like it hung there a little too long. But I had just gotten over being sick, and I don't want to get sick again. So I'm just clarifying.
No,
I do love you. You are a valuable part of the show.
No, because like I know you have a little girl, so I'm like So what happened was that Sunday, me and my dad cut the yard, and the grass was super high.
Yeah, that's
So it was
pollen,
the pollen fucked me up. So I was like, it could be just really bad because it lasted 3 days. And I was like, the last time I was sick, I got my fiance sick. So I was like, I just don't want to risk it, and then be all snotty and sniffly. That doesn't sound good on
get
the.
Zach sick and then never hear the end of it.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'd rather just take the caution and just
Sorry,
be
I
home.
donated my stem cells to a person in need. That's why my immune system is all wonky.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's so good to be 28. Oh, I'm 27. Just kidding. It's good to be 27.
What?
I don't know how old I am. Hold on, 27.
Your last
started
of
the podcast
your last of
at
your 20s right here.
Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Okay, it's so good to be 27. I am 27.
Jeez,
But
Louise.
it's so good
Okay,
to be that age.
you literally started the podcast at 28. Because I was like, oh,
He's
well,
getting
we got
younger
a
through
few
this
years
podcast.
Oh man, I'm like Benjamin Button.
Yeah, the time we kid
Next week is like, hey, you guys, 25,
25, still alive.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm Zach.
I'm Dean.
and I'm Jesse.
Catch you guys on the next episode.
Bye.
I need to hear if I said 28.
You said 28.
You said 28 at the
I
beginning.
need to hear this right now. Dean, tell me what I said. Here, actually, let me do this real quick. I'll play it on the speaker. Audio approach. Sorry for all the technical difficulties, guys. Been a week. 300 or 400 plays, like on a really good episode. Between SoundCloud, all the other mediums, and yesterday alone, we clocked 600 downloads in Colombia.
Oh,
Yeah, they were
I don't wanna
binging
hear
all
this
of our
part.
stuff. Right? It was a few cities in Colombia. And I think Jesse speaks Spanish, so Jesse would say hello to our
Put me on the spot, and I was like,
¿Cómo estás? Hey.
Hey,
hey.
Just
Look
us
around.
fans. It's just like,
Quote the words of the Colombian people. Gracias. My name is Zach. And I'm Jesse. Colombian friends.
that's why we kind of have to do it. Speak Spanish.
Man, my Spanish not that great. I just look brown.
I could have said something.
Quote the words of the Colombian people.
This is awesome. That's funny. Love it.
My name is Zach. And I'm Jesse. I don't think I got that. Hey guys. Let's do a split here. Real quick, let's just do the.
Ooh, I got a John Wick. Oh, I bought
Hang on, let's do this. 3, 2. This should be for me. Hey guys, my name is. Oh, crap, I fucked that up.
Hey guys, my name is Kermit the Frog.
Do it in that voice where you're like,
Hey, fuck you.
about the scalpers.
Yeah.
Okay, 3. You like that voice? My peaky voice. 3, 2. Hey guys, my name is Zach. Hey guys, my name is Zach. My name is Zach. And I'm Jesse. Welcome to this week's episode. My name is Zach.
My name is Zach. I can scratch it if you want.
My name is Zach. Zach.
Remix.
Right, I'm the oldest of all the collecting weekly guys. So.
Hey guys, my name
How
is
do
Zach.
Yeah.
And I'm Jesse.
Yeah, because I
Welcome to
turned
this week's
38
episode of
a
Collecting.
month ago.
Wait, hang on. Hey guys, my name is Zach.
But I looked old.
And I'm Jesse.
Sorry. Okay, I'll stop.
I talk about the things that matter the most. Yeah, there's something. Correct. Wow, what? I'm 28 now. I have the gift of knowledge. Last
You
time.
got it wrong yesterday.
And it was my My birthday was really cool. You guys all came out except for Jesse. Jesse didn't even tell me happy birthday. Anyway, Dean, Manny, Rainer, and Greg came out for my birthday celebration.
Yeah.
And one of my wife's friends came out, so it was a really good day. So, Dean, you gave me a really